Saturday morning. I am getting ready to go to my dear friend's baby shower, and I'm so excited. Well, first of all, I'm so excited for her. This is her first child, and I have known her for years. She's like a sister to me, a little sister, and I couldn't be more thrilled and excited for her baby to come. But also I'm excited because at my age, the things that I tend to get invited to are graduations and funerals. So, or, you know, those are kind of like the life events that I'm made aware of. I'm not really at that age where I'm going to bachelorette parties and weddings and baby showers. So this is so exciting for me. But I just thought I'd mention that because I thought of that. I thought that before. And it's been a really long time since I've been invited to a wedding, or maybe it's just because I don't know anyone anymore, or I'm really far away, so it's not, you know, I haven't kept in touch with people on a day-to-day basis because I am so far away. But that was just something I was like, Something I also wanted to mention with my hair is that, okay, I have a love-hate relationship with my hair. My hair is naturally very coarse and dry and kind of curly, wavy curly. And in the summertime, it gets very frizzy, poofy, dry, just really hard to manage. So I went a couple months ago and got hair Botox. So hair Botox has nothing to do with Botox or injecting anything in your hair, but it's basically a treatment. It's a deep conditioning treatment. I think kind of along the same lines as keratin treatments, Brazilian blowouts, kind of like that, where they wash your hair a couple of times and then they put this concoction on every strand of your hair, let it sit, and then blow dry and flat iron your hair out. And it's supposed to last 3 to 5 months. So you can see actually the shine, and my hair is not frizzy. It's raining outside today. It's been raining, it's been misty, but I can go outside and get a little mist on my hair and it will not frizz up. So does it work? Absolutely. Is it expensive? Yes. And some might even think that it works too good because, as you can tell, well, I also have a crappy curling iron that's dying. So if you have any recommendations for a good curling iron, put it down below. But it also, my hair now doesn't take curl as well. Like if I want to curl the ends or put some waves in it, it doesn't take it as well because it is so smooth and shiny, and it doesn't straighten. This treatment doesn't straighten your hair, but it just, like when your hair air dries, there's no frizz. It's amazing, but it's something that I don't know if I would do again. If I did, I would only do it maybe once a year at the start of the summer. That's kind of why I did it, because summer was coming and it's humid, and I just thought it would be so much easier to tame my hair and just deal with my hair, which it is. My hair looks so shiny and so healthy. I don't think it's ever looked shinier or healthier, but then again, it doesn't take a curl. It doesn't take a tease. I don't have that full voluminous hair that I would normally have. So just keep that in mind when you're looking into hair Botox. Also go to someone reputable with experience who specializes in those treatments, because you definitely don't want to damage your hair. But after this, your hair grows out, so the treatment's gonna grow out. But I thought I would tell you about it because if you're struggling with really frizzy, dry, coarse, unmanageable hair, maybe think about it. And I'm not telling you to do this at all. I am not, while we're on the subject, I am not going to judge anybody on their decisions. If you love embracing your natural hair, your natural skin, your natural aging, your natural whatever it is, by all means, that's amazing. I love that for you. And that's, you know, I do have thoughts of my own on what I choose to embrace, what I choose to try to work on prevention wise, what I may or may not do in the future in terms of aesthetics, or aging. I color my hair, so I'm not going to judge anyone that colors their grays or chooses not to color their grays. There's so many beautiful women out there that choose to grow their gray hair and they look so beautiful. So when I'm sharing something with you, it's not that I'm promoting it. It's not that I think that's something you should do or everyone should do. Absolutely, that is not the case. I'm just sharing my experience, and if I've done something, I want to let you know about it, and then you can make the decision if that's something you want to do or not. And if I do something to myself or for myself, I may decide afterwards that, you know what, that wasn't for me. I tried it. I'm not doing it again. And this is what this channel is all about, is sharing my experiences and my knowledge and my thoughts. And if that can help one of you out there make a decision on what you want to do, great. But I'm not judging anyone for any decision they make. It's hard enough. It is hard enough being a woman in your 40s, 50s, 60s, trying to, you know, figure it all out, decide what's best for you, what's going to make you happy, how you feel about yourself. So the last thing we need is anybody telling us what we should do or how we should feel or, you know, handle a situation. That's not what my channel is all about. I'm not going to tell anybody what they should do or how they should feel. I just want to share my experiences, and maybe that'll help someone gather some more information to make their own decision. So you can see here, I don't have like the full thick curly hair like I did before, or hair that was easily curlable, that could curl easily. So I'm gonna work on this because I do kind of also blame my hair tool that I'm using. I am gonna use a product that I loved before I had the hair Botox that made my hair so full and so like voluminous. It is the R&Co Balloon. This stuff is amazing and it smells heavenly. But what I would do is just curl my hair, flip it over, spray the ends, and then flip it back up and spray throughout the roots. And the volume that I would get, I'm gonna attempt to do this today once I get my curling iron hot enough, but this is my repurchase over and over again because of the volume that it gave me. I will have this link below. I want to show you my lip combo for today. I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear lip liner in Spice. It's kind of pinky with a little bit of a brown undertone. So I'm going very like Y2K old school with blankety. It's kind of a cream consistency, so it feels really nice. But those of us that tend to have like browner melanin in our lips, we like to even it out. You could use a concealer as well, or a light colored contour to even it out. But I find this works well. And then Old School Lipglass. This is in the color Beaux, Beaux. But I love Lipglass. I love the consistency. Does it last a long time? No. But it's not super sticky, but it's sticky enough. I don't like lip glosses that, oh, they're so shiny, and then you talk for 5 minutes and it's gone. So this is a nice one too, and the color is perfect for my skin tone. Okay, it is gloomy and rainy outside, so I have boots on with the stress and a jean jacket so that I will be comfortable and warm enough to go with the weather outside. I didn't film the rest of the day yesterday because I spent most of the day at the shower and coming back from the shower, which was absolutely beautiful. It was lovely. So I'm so glad that I was able to be a part of that. And I pretty much came home, ate, showered, and went to bed because it was a long day. So it is Sunday, and I have some breakfast here. We just got back from BJ's, so let me show you my grocery haul. I try to get groceries that offer variety for our family of 4 that eat completely different from one another. Try to make things as whole food as possible, but sometimes you just have to think about convenience. Otherwise, people aren't going to eat, or they're going to skip meals. So, you do the best you can. I ended up getting some frozen fruit for smoothies. This Catalina Crunch goes great in yogurt, or eat it plain, eat it with some almond milk. Gonna give this Owen a try with 30 grams of protein, dairy-free, 0 sugar, not too crazy as far as ingredients. So this is like a last resort grab and go for breakfast or at work if you're busy and you just don't have time to eat. So we're gonna give this a try. Got some deli ham and salami. I want to try to make that chopped salad. I don't know if it's Kim Kardashian's chopped salad. I have no idea, but I'm going to try to make that with lettuce, provolone, garbanzo beans. So we'll see how that ends up. Got some bagels here, some eggs, because we do eat eggs. We eat a lot of eggs as a family. We have chickens, but we're down to 2 chickens, and we eat more eggs than our chickens can make right now. So that is why I got 2 packs. Got some coleslaw. I am going to make a soup for my daughter with tofu and vegetables, and I will try to film that. If you're looking for just a quick, super healthy, light soup that is you can eat on repeat, I'll show you how I do that. Got some Honeycrisp apples, some lettuce, provolone, the Verde organic ground beef. I do really like this. I think mostly because it's just the easiest pack to open when I'm tired and I need to cook something. But I'm going to try to just prep some ground beef to have. I'm going to give this Soul's chicken a try. Again, a weeknight dinner. If we're really hungry, need something quick, I'll give this a try and let you guys know how this ends up. Got some string cheese, sausage. Love the pimento cheese dip with some crackers and some cut vegetables. That's a nice little snack. Coffee. Got some of these Jimmy Dean protein bowls for the kids in case they are in a hurry in the morning. Milk, almond milk, Greek yogurt. You all know I love to put fruit and honey for a quick snack or a quick breakfast. Black beans, definitely trying to incorporate more beans and fiber into our meals. Avocado for good healthy fats, and then some cherries. So that, and along with some beverages like sparkling water, is what we got this week for our grocery haul.